That is Justin Nozuka on Mix 104.9. He is in the Mix Music Spotlight this month, as you guys probably know. You can find out more info on Justin online at mix1049fm.com. Well, thanks so much for coming by.
Thank you for having me, man.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
And we have the lighting dim, so it was we did that on purpose. Create the atmosphere for at least us here in the studio. So your album is in stores now. You can feel free. People can go pick it up and download it. However they get their music, they can go get it. Holly is the name of the album.
Yep.
Now that's your mom, right?
Yes, that's my mom.
So that's a very nice gesture.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's my first album, and my mom has brought me into this world and allowed me to pursue my dreams the way I want to. So that's amazing. I think that's such an amazing thing that she's done for me. So I appreciate her so much.
It's amazing that you even think that way. You know what I mean? Like, how many albums come out every day, and no one's naming their album after their mom. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So was she totally stoked when
she was happy about it.
Yeah,
she's very proud of me.
So a lot of people probably know by now, but you have a very talented family. One of your brothers sings in Canada, right? Like an R&B star, right?
Yeah, well, he's released an album in Canada, yeah. So he's sort of established a career there in Canada, and now he's moved to LA and he's doing some writing with some heavy producers. So
all right,
so it's exciting, to see him, build up his career as well, So I'm all supportive of that, and hopefully, get to be a part of his next album,
Wow, that's awesome.
Great. Yeah.
And so then your other brother is an actor.
My other brother's an actor and a writer. Yeah, he's more passionate about, making films and, kind of doing his own thing.
But he does TV and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, he's done some shows, and he's doing a show right now at Disney, I think, so.
That's awesome. So you guys are like just the Nozukas taking over Canada and then on to America. And then people probably also know that you have an uncle that is Kevin Bacon. Who knew? I mean, it's one of those things that I know it's not like I'm sure you do all these radio interviews and people just can't wait to talk about Kevin Bacon. They pull it out and they go, "Hey, how many degrees to Kevin Bacon are we right now,
I've
Justin?"
heard that a million times. Exactly.
Well, I'm not going to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah. But I did want to throw it out there because I was completely surprised by that. I didn't know anything about that. And when I was doing some research on you, I was like, Then here in the office, we were all like, I wonder how often he just gets like, because everybody has that. Every artist, even, actor gets a question that they just always get asked, whether it's about the current song or the current movie or whatever. And I was just thinking, man, he probably gets that all the time. The degree thing probably happens all the time. Well, enough talking about it. I'm just letting you know that I'm not going to talk about it.
Thanks, brother.
It's not going to happen.
All right, great.
That's not going to happen here. So after tonight's been on VH1 quite a bit, you were a VH1. Are you still a VH1 You Ought to Know artist?
Yeah, they're still featuring me on that.
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
What was that like when you saw that video for the first time? VH1.
It was cool, man. It sort of is a weird thing, knowing that everyone's seeing it or whoever's watching VH1 is seeing it. So I prefer not to see it, to be honest with you. Yeah, but it's a cool feeling, man. It's crazy. I
mean, you're in good company with that, with their VH1 You Ought to Know.
Yeah,
there's a lot of big artists that have come out of there.
They're really supportive of what I'm trying to do. So it's amazing, man. I'm really happy with it.
What kind of artists are you looking up to, or maybe not looking up to, but maybe inspire you to do other stuff?
I'm just I'm into music that is pushing the limits, and artists like Radiohead, I really like what they're doing, and that they're just doing their thing, We were just listening to Ben Harper's album on the way up here, so that's an artist that I respect as well, for him just doing his thing, and Foo Fighters as well. I like what Foo Fighters is doing, and Bjork, and there's artists Sufjan Stevens. There's a bunch of stuff, man. I grew up listening to a lot of early R&B stuff, so that's influential to my music as well.
So does that affect your writing style when you write?
For sure, I think it more affects melody. I'm a melodic guy, and I think that comes from the R&B side of my brain.
Yeah.
But I'm really into lyrics as well and storytelling. So, that comes from artists like Bob Dylan and Joni Mitchell. So I'm into a bunch of different stuff. I just think music is music, and great music is great music. So
absolutely.
I like great music.
Very excited to see you come back in October. You're coming to San Francisco, Great American Music Hall.
Yep.
Have you been there before?
I've never been there before.
That is probably I've said this on the air a bunch of times. It's probably one of my favorite venues.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, it's it's not very big, but it's not like it's not like tiny. So I think it lends itself to a good vibe for the audience to get connected that way.
To it.
Cool. Well, that's like I said on October 21st. Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Nozuka, you can buy his album now in stores or online. It's called Holly. Once again, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Everybody
man.
give it up for Justin Nozuka.